I've seen so many giant Oreo cakes going around, and here is my gluten-free version. Hey sugar, I'm Rox of RoxStarBakes, and if you're new to my channel, my passion is helping people make sweet treats. So, one, I'm gonna demonstrate how to make a gluten-free Oreo black cocoa cake. Two, I'm gonna show you how I use this awesome mold. And then three, I'm going to show you how I put the cake together. Make sure everything is at room temperature. So sometimes I'll use my KitchenAid mixer, but for demonstration purposes, it is so much easier to see things going into a bowl. So add your gluten-free flour. Namaste. Sift. Add the almond flour. I do this so it's not as rubbery as most gluten-free flour mixes can be. Sift. Add the sugar. Don't sift. Add the brown sugar. Don't sift. Add the black cocoa powder. Sift. Cocoa powder. Sift. Baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Sift. I just use the smallest amount of salt to help the ingredients to activate because the dairy-free butter is salted. To mix it all up, turn the mixer on low. Add the butter and mix it until it just incorporated. Now at this point, I normally put a tea towel on the mixer so it's not blown back in my face, but for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna leave it off. Add the eggs in one at a time.
If you need a vegan alternative to eggs, let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you.
Boop. Good job. Slowly add in the vanilla. Slowly add in the coffee.
I add the liquid slowly so everything incorporates evenly.
Add in the vegan buttermilk. The vegan buttermilk.
This cake isn't vegan, but it's dairy-free.
Here are the directions for the vegan buttermilk. So note, I'm using an oat milk that has a low amount of sugar. If you're using an unsweetened milk, then your cake will be less sweet. I grease the pan with oil spray to help with the release. Squirt, 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 squirt. I fill the cookie cake pan 1/2 inch under the edge.
I do this because the cake expands while baking. Don't waste any batter. I push the batter into the creases so there aren't too many air bubbles. Then I spread and level the batter. I think this saves from having to over level once the cake is baked. Bang, bang, bang the cake to fill in and release as many air bubbles as possible.
I bake the cookie pans on a tray for even heat distribution and bake at 350 degrees for 36 to 40 minutes. Then I pour the remaining batter into one 6-inch pan at 335 degrees for 26 to 30 minutes.
I make a crisscross motion and spread the batter to fill in the edges. This matters more when you're making a stacked cake. I then bang this cake to release the air bubbles.
You know the cake is done when you stick in this gigantic toothpick, pull it out, and there's just a few streaks on it. No crumbs. Here's what it looks like right out of the oven. These are still warm. When you press down, they spring back into place. I wait 15 minutes and then I chop off the domes.
I use my bread knife, but I think any knife will work. I eat the leveled off pieces, but you can save this and make cake pops. Should we make cake pops in a video together? If so, let me know what kind below.
Please use mitts, because I didn't the first time. But here's a clip of me using mitts. I flip them out while they're warm because it makes it easier.
I found that cutting boards make it easier for me to flip.
So now I let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I slowly move over the pan one side to the next so it slowly releases.
FYI, the cake does get lighter in color as it dries.
When the round cake is cooled, I take an angled spatula to loosen up the sides. Then I release. Now, place the first layer on a cake board. It'll adhere because it's sticky-ish.
The room smells like Oreos and Hostess chocolate cakes.
Now, frost a little bit of the cake so that the center cake can attach.
My goal is to make this cake look like a mega stuffed Oreo.
But isn't mega stuff supposed to have 2 Fs? Or is it wrapping around? You guys tell me. Then you're gonna add that round cake to the middle. Then frost around the middle. See, here, just keep adding. When you're adding buttercream to this center cake, try to make sure it's not spreading over the edges. Keep it as clean as possible.
To adhere the top piece, I add a thin layer of buttercream.
Place the final cookie on top. So now that it's all assembled and you could see that everything is symmetrical, you might want to keep adding some buttercream. It's cool, keep doing it. Just keep cleaning it up, keep building. To make this a little more extra, toss on some sprinkles. Whoa, MG, baking success. A giant gluten-free Oreo cake made with a mold. Mmm. If you love popular cakes that are made into gluten-free versions of those cakes, coming up is a playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if this was helpful at all. I hope you have a sweet day. Bye. Beep, boop, beep.